welcome.
Thank you.
Hey guys.
How are you? Have you been? You look great. Nice to see you. How'd you spend your summer?
Busy, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. Busy, yeah.
Very
Been
busy.
touring.
We're just going to ask all the questions at once.
Just get all the pleasantries out of the way. You know. Great version of The Kids Aren't All Right.
Thank you.
Have you done that often on acoustic?
Yeah, we've been doing that for a while, actually, that way. You know, it doesn't, with all the heavy downstrokes and stuff, it doesn't work quite the same way on acoustic. So we tried to mix it up a little bit. We thought maybe give it a little reggae edge. So,
Which certainly works.
Thank you. I got the 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
Thank you.
Now, Dexter, may we call you Doctor?
Oh, you don't have to call me Doctor.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Really?
PhD, molecular
Thank
biology.
you.
He demands that we call him Doctor.
That's right.
So I don't know why.
That's Doctor to you noodles.
Doctor. You went back to school and you got your PhD. Talk about getting your PhD, Doctor.
I got a PhD in molecular biology, which is it's AIDS research on my part, and I did a big project on the HIV virus, and I've been wanting to go back and finish school for a long time. I was a good part of the way there, and then the band took off about 20 years ago, and I really had to put it on hold to dedicate myself to this. So
20 years later, he's like, I forgot to cure AIDS. I gotta go back and cure AIDS.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bucket list.
Well done, Dr.
Thank
Dexter.
you. Thank you.
It sort of reminds me of a moment when Aerosmith was being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think it was Tom Hamilton who got to the mic and he's like, you know, Mom, I said it. If this rock and roll thing doesn't work out at some point, I'll go back to school, and I promise it still stands. You actually did it. You guys made it, and then you went back to school and you did it with, I want to say, a 175-page thesis.
What's that again?
You did 175 pages on a thesis,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's all online. You can go take a look at it.
I hope it's double spaced for you,
Give
man.
me your
That's
thoughts.
insane.
Yeah. A lot of graphs.
I'm still on page 2. Yeah, I'll get there.
That's why you're not a doctor.
And I don't understand anything that I've read so far. Yeah, that's why I'm not a doctor. That's why I'm a janitor. Yeah.
But you were pursuing this in the mid-'90s, and then Smash took off in '94. Probably one of the best records that brought punk rock to the mainstream.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Does that ever get lost upon you that this record is one of the, for a lot of people, one of the most important records of in their collection?
Yeah, I think you can never see it yourself the way other people see it and stuff. It's very flattering and everything, but I don't think it feels real to us that way, actually.
You know, for us, it was important to pay honor to the bands that came before us that inspired us to do it. You know, bands like TSOL, Adolescence, Ramones, of course, Dead Kennedys,
Social Distortion.
So it was nice to see, but it was nice to see Green Day first kind of take off about a month before we did, and then to see bands like Pennywise and Rancid come up, as well. Bad Religion too. It was great. It was a fun time, but we didn't think, what we were doing was of any import, really. It was just kind of fun and about time. Punk rock,
fun,
got its due notice.
But those songs are still part of the alternative fabric. Self-Esteem and Come Out and Play and God Get Away. I mean, these songs are, you done well, Doctor and company.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Has it changed much over the years? Is the focus still on the album first, or is it now, just given the way people consume music, is it more like, well, let's just put a song out, and then once we get enough songs out, then we can put it all on an album?
Well, I think that's kind of how we always did it. I mean, when you're working on one song, you're working on that one song to make it as good as it can be. But we also are thinking of compiling a record once that song's done. What are some other songs that'll be nice companions to that song? So we do still think of things as albums, really.
As the whole.
For sure. Yeah, we were just back in the green room looking at all the great album covers on the wall too, and thinking, man, what a great time when you could actually just pour over album covers and the artwork and stuff that I think that's unfortunately on MP3s you don't get a lot of that.
There's something about having it in your hand and looking at that, much like reading a book as opposed to just reading it online, just having the physical thing.
I would
in your
pour
hand.
over liner notes,
Sure.
who produced it, who played what on what song, lyrics, read the whole thing.